All right, Bucks Nation, another loss to a bad team. And I know historically we've traditionally lost to bad teams, but with our roster and our quarterback, it should not be happening to us. But for some reason it is. This year has just, we've been a very bad team. I know I said on Reddit last week and people were killing me talking about we're not a bad team. We beat a Falcons team. You're not going to blow every team out. And it's like, you could see, even if you win, you can tell when teams are struggling. But anyways, before I get into all of that, I am Rami B. I post weekly Buccaneer reaction videos. If you are new here, make sure you click the subscribe button down below. But yeah, let's get into it. Our Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost 20-18 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. We had 304 total yards of offense, 229 passing, 75 rushing, while the Steelers had 270 total yards, 193 passing, 77 rushing. Somewhat even in terms of that, but Brady was 25 of 40 for 243 and a touchdown. Brady did not look like his usual self, and I know the media is going to run around with the narrative of he missed walkthroughs, he was at a wedding. Listen, Brady is not the issue. I think there was a lot of drops. Yes, he had a lot of underthrown balls at like the ankles of Godwin and stuff, but I think it always goes back to this play calling. Our play calling this entire season has been atrocious. Generally speaking, we are not being creative in our play calls. When we switch to no huddle, we get down into the red zone with ease through passing, and then we just decide to start running, and then we lose yards. Every time we get in the red zone, it's like our offensive play calling changes considerably. Why are we not targeting Evans? We went to the red zone, 4 times? We didn't target Evans at all while we were in the red zone. If we did, maybe once. Like, Evans is literally the best red zone threat in the entire NFL. We are not utilizing him. Again, looking at the season stats, Leonard Fournette leads the team in receptions. You have Mike Evans, who's played every game except one game. You have Chris Godwin, who missed a few, but still, Leonard Fournette should not be our leading receiver. Russell Gage, I don't think, missed any games, and we're paying him $10 million a year. Why is he not up there? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of issues going on. I'm going to get into it after I talk about the offense, but Leonard Fournette, 21 rushes for 63 yards. Like I said, we keep forcing this run. 3 yards a carry. What is going on? It's like we're only running to establish balance. For some reason, it's like, you know, I've said this before, Todd Bowles is a defensive mind, and defensive-minded coaches like to be more conservative. They don't like to throw the ball out. They want to get balance, and it seems, I know he keeps saying we're not trying to balance every game, but it seems like it. That Chiefs game, we had 3 yards rushing the whole game. We moved the ball a lot, and I knew the narrative was going to be like, well, we needed to rush more to have better balance because the game, it's not working. Rachaad White, 4 rushes for 12 yards. We keep stubbornly, again, we should pass and set up the run. Pass to set up the run, not keep trying to stupidly force the run down the defense's throats when they know it's coming. Every first down. How many times did we have 3rd and short and we can't convert with runs up the middle because it's so predictable? On the receiving end, Godwin 6 for 95, Evans 4 for 42, Fournette 6 for 38 and 1 touchdown. Again, Fournette tied with Godwin for the most receptions this game. K-Dot 2 for 23 with a beautiful diving pass on, I want to say it was 3rd or 4th down and that final drive. Russell Gage, our $10 million man who's supposed to be, you know, had great chemistry with Brady, 2 for 20. He's underachieved tremendously. Again, I think our offense is not playing up to their potential. I see a lot of people online saying that our 2020 team struggled like this. No, our 2020 team was 4-2 with losses to the Bears and the Saints. We were scoring more points. I think we've scored over 20 points every game in 2020, the first 6 games, except the loss to the Bears. Whereas this season, we've only hit 20, a couple of times? Against the Chiefs, against the Saints. Saints, we had a pick 6, but like I think we've only hit 20 points twice, maybe if I'm correct. Outside of that pick 6 with the Saints, maybe 3 times. Like our offense looks very bad. We're in the red zone, and it's like our offense doesn't know how to move the ball. And I'm about to read a tweet by Greg Auman in the middle. He posted it after halftime. This season, in the first half, the Bucs had 29 possessions in the first 6 games. We've averaged 1 touchdown in every 10 possessions. We've had 3 touchdowns in the entire season on opening halves, 11 field goals, 1 missed field goal, 9 punts, 3 fumbles, and 2 turnover on downs. You're telling me a team with Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Leonard Fournette, Cameron Braid is okay, not really that good, but those 4, Russell Gage, you're telling me we can only get in 29 possessions just 3 touchdowns in the red zone. That's inside of 20 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make any sense. And honestly, I think, again, I'm going to keep beating the drum. The more our offense struggles, I'm going to keep beating the drum. We needed Bruce Arians back. Bruce Arians, overall, outside of just being someone who's going to force Leftwich to be more aggressive and call those kinds of plays that open up the field for us. Are we? Does it even feel like we're taking deep shots like we used to? I feel like everything is little, you know, little passes to Leonard Fournette, or, you know, 3rd and 7, we're throwing 3-yard passes, 4-yard passes. Last year and the year before, it feels like on 3rd and 7, we were going beyond the sticks every time or right up at the sticks. And it seems like this year we're playing Like, we don't want to get big chunks. We don't want to score quick for some reason because, I don't know, we don't want to gas out the defense. But all these 3-and-outs are gassing out the defense. I think, and on top of that, Bowles and the Jets had a lot of issues with personnel, whatever the case is, fine. He does not have fire. He's very passive on the sideline. When the team is struggling, he's just kind of, you don't see him ever kind of talking to the troops and riling them up. Brady's out there cussing out the O-line. Bruce Arians, when needed to, he was a man who had a lot of energy, and I think teams take the personality of their coaches. Unfortunately, our coach does not have the personality that has that fire. Not saying he's a bad coach, just saying when things go bad, he isn't the guy that's going to round up the troops and get him playing harder. You get what I'm saying? Special teams also. Ryan Suckup, 4 for 4. He's literally the MVP of our team this season. I think he's missed, one field goal our season. He even had a 54-yarder today. Nothing to say there. Punt returns, I'm sick of Jalen Darden. I know he's like 8th in the NFL or something. 3 punt returns for 14 yards. This man had a punt return on one of the sidelines, and instead of taking it towards the middle where those blockers tried running up the sideline, I feel like he is scared of getting hit. He'll try to do some moves, and right before a defender comes, he'll kind of fall over or slip every single time. It's like, take the hit. You might break a tackle. At least get us a couple yards. I'm sick of him returning punts. He is not that good. Bring back, who did we have before him? I don't even remember who we had before him, but he was much better. What was his name? It wasn't Darden. It was Jalen Mickens. Mickens was at least, I know he wasn't breaking out big ones, and they think Darden has more speed and could be a game changer, but he hasn't done anything really. I'd rather bring back Mickens because at least he would run and get the extra yards instead of running back and forth and turning a potentially 10, 15-yard return into 5, 6 yards. Now let's talk about the defense. We held Trubisky. First off, our kryptonite, us Bucks, we know, is rookie quarterbacks and backup quarterbacks. And today we had a mix of the two. Pickett was 11 for 18, 67 yards and a touchdown. Not a great performance. Trubisky came in 9 for 12, 9 completions for 144 yards and a touchdown. We gave up how many 3rd and longs to him in the fourth quarter in that final drive? We gave a 3rd and 16, 3rd and 11. Ridiculous. Najee Harris, 14 rushes for 42 yards. Pretty good day on the rush. We only gave up, I think, 77 total rush yards all game. Chase Claypool had 7 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown. Killed us on that last drive. Hayward, 2 for 49. Deontay Johnson, 5 for 28. Nobody else had over 20 yards receiving. Najee Harris had 2 for 7 and a touchdown. On the defensive end, there was no turnovers on either side, but we did have 2 sacks. Nassib had 1 sack, and Antoine Winfield had a sack. We did get a lot of good pressures as well, but I don't want to blame the defense. When you hold a team through the entire game until the fourth quarter to, what do they have, only 13 points? This is the NFL. These are professionals. At some point, a team is going to score a touchdown. You're not going to hold a team to under 20 points every single game. I will still blame the offense, because had the offense in our 3 or 4 red zone trips scored another touchdown or 2 touchdowns, the game would be completely different. But when you keep relying on the defense to shut down an offense over and over and over and over again, I tweeted in the fourth quarter that our defenses give one big play away from the game getting out of hand. We gave up one more big play, and then Hayward there was like the whole weird timeout thing that some of the players, Hayward broke out for a 40-some yard gain, and then they scored a touchdown, and I said, once they score a touchdown, the game is over. And that's pretty much what happened. But again, as much as I want to blame the offense, the defense cannot give up consistent 3rd and 16s, 3rd and 11s. I think we gave up 4 or 5 3rd and 10+ longs in the second half, which is ridiculous. You have Mitch Trubisky back there. That's not Aaron Rodgers. That's not Tom Brady. That's not Patrick Mahomes. It's not Josh Allen. This is Mitch Trubisky, and he's converting 3rd and 12s, 3rd and 13s. Blown coverage on the back end with our corners. Can't blame Jamel Dean. He's literally been like a lockdown corner all year. I feel like I haven't seen him give up anything significant. And when he does give up a catch, he's usually right there for the tackle. He essentially had the game, I wouldn't even say game saving because we lost, but on that kick return in the second half, he showed his speed and saved that return touchdown. But anyway, something has to change with the coaching. I don't know if Jason Light has to step in or ownership, but when Brady runs a 2-minute offense, we're able to move the ball. He needs to start audibling out of Byron Leftwich play calls, because I don't see Todd Bowles as the guy to be like, listen, we need to start throwing and change this up. Todd Bowles is completely complacent and hoping our defense will shut down teams and us only needing to score 17, 20, 24 points. We're going to be a one-and-done playoff team if we even get there. The Falcons are now tied with us. We have the tiebreaker over them, but they're 3-3 as well. And again, with that roughing the passer call last week, it could have been a completely different game if it wasn't called. There's a lot of things that could go into play. The Saints are only, 2 games a game behind us, plus a tiebreaker or something like that. So even though the division is bad and we should still win the division, we're going to get into the playoffs not by our own merit, but because of the failures of everyone else around us. And that is ridiculous. Again, a team with all this talent should not be struggling like this. People are saying once the offense got healthy, once we got Chris Godwin back, once all of this comes back, we're going to, start playing better. It came back. Oh, again, the Chiefs is a prime example. We're saying, look, we were able to move the ball. We only moved the ball because we were down 1,000,000 points and had to. If the game stay close, a possession, 2 possessions, we're going to keep running the ball stupidly and wait until the fourth quarter to try to make a comeback like we did against the Packers. Play super conservative ball, final drive, let's move down. We lose because of a 2-point conversion. Again, today we lose because of a 2-point conversion. It's ridiculous, and we're not going to be a good playoff team. Look at other teams, and I know the NFL is weird. The Packers lost to the Jets, the 49ers lost to the Falcons, the Ravens lost to the Giants, but take the Giants as a prime example. The Giants are 5-1. Can anyone say at any position they have better players than us? Outside of running back with Saquon Barkley, they don't have a better QB than us. Our O-line is injured. I would say our O-line's maybe about the same. Maybe ours teetering a little better because, we have an all-pro right tackle. Receivers for sure is us. Tight ends, probably even. But again, do they have better talent than us? You could make a strong case that they don't. How are they winning games? It's coaching and creative play calling, not us. We rely on getting separation. We're not using Mike Evans. Literally, the Steelers were down their top 3 corners. One of them, they had to elevate 2 corners from the practice squad this week. They were out Minka Fitzpatrick. Why are we not shoving the ball down their throats, throwing it? You have Mike Evans, who can literally, I think last year on man coverage, one-on-one coverage, he had a perfect QBR when being targeted. Why are we not taking shots to Evans? Like, the Steelers' defense is not that good. They're missing TJ Watt. Their D-line was still getting pressure, but again, their secondary was a shell of itself. There's a lot of issues, and I think it all goes down to coaching. We can blame players all we want, but it's coaching. Our offensive coaches are not putting the team in position to be successful and to make the right plays until the game is out of hand. And next week is the Panthers, who suck. They just fired their coach last week. Teams that fire their coaches usually get a little fire lit under them. Would anyone be surprised if they beat us? I would be surprised, but I'd be like, you know what? It's not that unexpected the way we've been playing. People are saying, hopefully this game is a wake-up call. What happened to the Chiefs game? Wake-up call that we can't be complacent on offense. Last week against, we got up on the Falcons and we let them come back. Why? How many wake-up calls do we need? Like, you get what I'm saying? And then we have the Ravens in 2 weeks, who the Ravens have been kind of up and down as well. But that's a game they could beat us. They run the ball really well. Lamar Jackson is an incredible athlete. We could lose that game too. So something has to change, and I think it starts with Byron. I don't know if you have to fire Byron Leftwich or give him an ultimatum to change. I don't know what it is. But anyways, Bucs Nation, comment down below what you think the issue is and what do we need to change, because this is really getting out of hand and it's ridiculous. But yeah, I've been rambling. But yeah, thank you as always, Bucs Nation, and I am out.
Let's go! You a Buccaneer fan? Let me know.